Hiya. How's it going? Sorry for the lack of a video last week. It got insane and I didn't really have a wonderful idea for who I was gonna do. I thought about doing Lady Tyrell, but she is not as important to the plot line anymore. No spoilers in this zone. Hopefully. This week I'm going to do a very important character. No spoilers here, but Arya. This week's episode I truly loved. I've heard it's controversial, which is very weird to me because I thought it was an amazing episode and I thought it was really well written. I really trust the writers of the show. I think they've done an amazing job and I think they should be given more credit for what they do, and I think they are. By the way, this is all my makeup here. So we're going to be doing Arya. I'm going to be doing a lot of face shaping. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the contour, and I really like using Rest in Peace Naked Urban Decay. And I'm just going to go in with the actual eyeshadow brush here, and I'm going to be contouring with the shade Buck. I'm going to contour just two little bits above, middle between the brow and the top of the forehead. Just going to contour in between there and kind of shade that area, not getting into the center, but just above the eyebrow. Then I'm going to take a Buck and go in between the eyebrows, right where my nose begins to turn out. Then I'm going to go in the corner of the eyes because she has very deep eye sockets there, right above the little tear duct. Alright, so now for the nose itself, I'm going to go on the outside of the nose. She has quite a bit wider of a nose than I have, so I'm going to take it very far away from the bridge of my nose. So I'm going to give just the slightest bit. I'm definitely not going to go at an angle, but I'm going to give just the slightest bit of contour right at the edge there. I might even bring it straight down the jawline there because hers is a lot sharper than mine is. So I'm going to just go straight down there, again with the shade Buck. Then I'm going to take it underneath the jaw and just sharpen that out as well. So anywhere where I have a sharp point on my jaw, I'm going to just come up a little bit more on that. Make my jaw appear more sharp. So what I'm essentially doing is making my face a little bit more circular than it already is. So we're just getting rid of the bottom of my chin there and the sharp points of my jaw. And on that forehead there, I'm just going to take the residue from my beauty blender and I'm going to blend that out just a little bit. And then I'm going to go in with some concealer that is a little bit brighter than the rest of my face, and I'm going to highlight quite a few places on my face. Then along the sides of my nose to highlight the regions where I would typically contour to make my nose look sharper. Again, I'm trying to flatten it out a little bit more, bringing that highlight down. Then I'm going to highlight the part of my chin to make it be a bit more rounded, like we did with the Sansa video. Now I'm going to go through and blend all of that up. Alright, now I'm going to go through and do some brows. Again, spoiler warnings in the comments, but how are you feeling after last week's episode? I'm really happy. I am very pleased with how everything is going, and I'm a little confused as to where we're gonna go for the next 2 episodes, but again, I trust the writers with what they're gonna do. Okay, so now we're gonna go through and do brows. She has pretty dark brows. I'm going to go in with the Jaclyn Hill palette, and then I'm going to go in this brown that is right next to that black on the bottom row. I'm going to brush my brows up because that's how hers are done. Alright, so I have a Benefits Bully here, so I'm going to take the tail end of it. That's just a little eyebrow brush. So I'm going to take that darker color in now. And they do look pretty powdery, so that's why I'm going to go in with a powder. And I think even going in with a clear gel after this would look good. I don't have a clear gel, so we're just going to do this. One thing I love about Game of Thrones is that nothing is ever really thrown away. Most characters come back and everything that they've sort of built up has a purpose and has a reason. I think we saw a lot of fulfillment of things that we were kind of promised all along, and all these characters and questions that we've had that they were like fulfilled last night, and so many questions were answered and so many plot resolutions were wrapped up. So really I could have seen that episode being, I mean, of course with a little bit more resolution for how the characters are going to recover from that huge incident. But otherwise, I could have seen that being the very last episode of Game of Thrones. So I'm interested to see how the rest of the 2 episodes go, because that was so fulfilling. I was on the edge of my seat the whole dang time and I was screaming the whole time. I feel really bad for our neighbors, but hopefully they were also watching Game of Thrones. And we also have had the resolution to Endgame, and I was really satisfied with that as well. Alright, so now I'm just brushing that out. Just a little bit to make it look a bit more natural. Brows. A little bit Groucho Marx there. Alright, I was going to take just a little bit of that contour, some that we already hopefully still have on the end here, and go underneath that eye just a little bit because she is very tired. That was one thing that I really didn't appreciate, was people were wondering like, how old is she? And I get where it's coming from because, you know, they watched Arya from whenever she was like 10 years old, and I get that it can feel weird. But now she is a full-fledged adult who can make her own dang decisions about her life and her body. Creeper. Okay, so eyes I think we're pretty much going to leave alone. I think we're going to put just a little bit of the shade Naked in the crease. Just add a little bit more depth to that area, but otherwise I'm going to go, I just put foundation on my eyes, and I'm going to leave that and just deepen that crease a bit to make them a bit more hooded. Oh man, if you have not seen my Melisandre video, I felt like it was very timely for last night's episode as well. I kept saying last night. So Trey and I are planning to go in and watch everything from the end to the beginning and remind ourselves of what they're doing, what they're setting up in those first few episodes and what they're sort of resolving now, and kind of watch all the hard work that they've put into it. And also it's an amazing show and I don't want to be done with it whenever the season is over. I'm interested to see what they do with also going in with just a mascara very lightly, doing one thin coat. Interested to see what they do with the sequels and prequels that they're supposedly planning, and if they're going to be bringing anybody back. I mean, if you think about it, these actors have given 11 years. Well, excuse me. And that's just insane to think about. Like Maisie Williams was like 10 whenever she got the role, and now she's like what, 21, 22? Oh yeah, I think she's 22. And she is like, I think only 2 weeks younger than me or something like that, which is weird as an actor to see like this full-fledged successful actor only be a few months older than you are. It's like, oh okay, what am I doing? Again, going in with whatever is left over on this, and I'm going to and just accentuate those lines just a little bit. Now I'm going to move on from something other than contour. So I'm going to take this, and this is my foundation brush, but I'm going to use it as a little bit of a stubble brush. If you have a stubble brush, then I would use it then. It is very cold, so I'm going to take the shade that I used for Sansa. What? And then, don't break your blush. I'm going to just stipple that on because it's very cold in the north, and so we're just going to sort of, it's not necessarily doing a blush and a blush, but it's just stippling on a little bit of redness because she's very cold and her skin is responding to that. I always feel kind of ridiculous whenever I have like brows that are not my natural color. Just imagine that my hair was like really dark brown. I feel like this would look really good. Taking that down into the, like, this portion, into the jaw just a little bit, because again, it's not blush, it is cold. Okay, I think we might be done, except for I'm gonna grab the lipstick shade that I'm going to use Lasse, I believe it is, from Bite Beauty. And I'm almost out of it. I had to like try to not use it this week because I'm so close to finishing it. And so because I wanted to like use it for this look, so I'm just going to very lightly utilize that. Alright, so what I could have done, I realized that she has less of peaks on her lips than I have. So what I could have done is gone through and concealed that, but I figured enough's enough and we can just go with our natural lip shape and try to design as much as I can. So this is the finished look. I really appreciate the character of Arya, and I hope you do too, because I think she's doing a lot for us women out there, and being strong, independent ladies that can love whoever we want to love and kill whoever we want to kill. But I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm sorry there wasn't a video last week. Thank you for understanding. I appreciate it. I hope you like this video. Like this video if you love Arya. Like this video if you think Jon is also strong, but Arya is awesome and has female power. Be sure to leave a comment about what you think about either this makeup look or about how the series is going, what you think is going to happen in the next 2 episodes. Be sure to subscribe before you go, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Bye guys. You have anything that you want to say? Want to say anything? Want to say anything?